But as we're seeing and learning here, the Bib lifestyle is keeping this type 1 diabetic nice and balanced.
How positively it's affected my sugar levels. It eliminates the constant ups and downs, you know. Going into this, I really didn't know, or I thought I was gonna be hungry all the time, but it really is not the case.
I'm getting goosebumps just listening to this and talking about it. His belly has shrunk drastically. It works for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what your condition is. Welcome back to the Bib Lifestyle, where we heal our body with food. This is where I show you how to cram your body full of the nutrients needed to rid yourself of that excess waste and disease. And this season, we have the Bib Lifestyle versus type 1 diabetes. Do you know that there is no cure for type 1 diabetes and it is a lifelong condition? But however, with the proper management and eating habits, a type 1 diabetic can live a full, healthy, and active lifestyle. So let's go ahead and bring out our type 1 diabetic that we're working with this season. David, come on out here. How are you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Fantastic. Happy to have you back again this week.
Happy to be here.
We're here on the end of week number 4, and David is looking incredible. He's feeling great. Is that right? Do you feel it? Do you see it?
Totally.
Happy to have you here. We've got your fruit bowls put together right here. How is it going for you, David? I'm going to scoop these in here. This is going to be a fat bowl right here. I can already tell. I chopped up a little bit of extra fruit. Are you still able to take these things down pretty easy, or are they causing you some problems?
No, the fruit bowls is definitely the easier than the big salad bowls.
Yeah.
You know, the seeds still is a little bit of a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it's really tasty, and just make you feel great. And you're really not hungry for most of the day until you have your dinner.
Till you have the dinner? Yeah. Excellent. Happy to hear that. So, David, we've recently added some beet juice into your morning routine.
Yes.
How has that been going?
It's an adjustment, you know.
Yeah.
It's not, the easiest to drink it all, but the fact that the lemon is in there really gives it more of a freshness than just the pure beet juice.
So let me ask you a question. So what time are you roughly waking up in the morning?
I wake up around like 7.
7 a.m.?
Yeah.
Just so we can share with all of you out there how this eating pattern is going for him. So you wake up at 7. Are you having that glass of water like I had suggested?
Yeah, I definitely start off the day with a glass of water. I've never been a big breakfast guy, so I don't really eat anything until like 11 or noon.
Yes.
But now with the juice, I'll have a glass of water, and then I'll try and drink the whole juice like half hour after that.
The beet juice, okay, about a half an hour after that. How long is it taking you to finish that beet juice?
For like 20 minutes or something.
Okay. Now the way I do it, I've adjusted to it over the time. So what I do is I just take a big gulp, and I take it down in about 3 sips. Just 3 big gulps, 4 gulps, and then it's gone. Yeah. Rinse it out. I'm good to go.
Not quite there yet.
You got to work yourself up to that. Were there any discomforts? Did it make your stomach hurt? Did it make it feel like you needed to, like it was going to come back up or anything like that? Just over the different seasons, other people, they've experienced different reactions, know, when they drank the beet juice. So I'm just curious how your first reaction was with it.
Not like nausea or anything, just I can't really drink it fast like that because also the pulp.
Yes, very thick.
It's like thick, and it's like not like fruit pulp. It's like a bit thicker than that.
It's
hard to explain.
Well, because it is a root.
Exactly, it's a root. Yeah. So that kind of you have that feeling in your throat for a little bit.
Now I don't know if I said it. So much goes on, and we're doing these shoots. Are you topping it off with water? Yes. Okay. And shaking it up really well. Yeah, that's definitely a must that you want to do each and every morning. Mm-hmm. So you're taking that beet juice, you're getting up at 7 a.m., you're drinking your water, 7:30, he's coming around, he's having his beet juice. How many hours after that are you going to where you consume your fruit bowl?
Yeah, I mean, like 3 hours at least.
Okay, so about 10 a.m., 10, 11 o'clock
11,
a.m.?
yeah.
Yeah, which is the time that you want to eat your first meal, your first big meal of the day, because in that morning time, we're detoxing. You know, our bodies want to release all that waste from the prior night. That's why we, you know, poo and pee every single morning. You know what I mean? We get it out during the morning so that during the rest of the day, we're hunters and gatherers. We can go out and do the work needed to bring back to our families in the wild, you know, and enjoy the rest of the evening and then go through the whole process again. Has your body adjusted to that kind of release in the morning lifestyle yet from following the Bib lifestyle?
Yeah, definitely.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So you see everything you eat comes out. That's when you eat real food, it all is eliminated. You know, it's the problem that all these unprocessed foods that have the things that aren't supposed to be digested through the body, that's what's stuck inside of us and clogging
Right.
us up, you know, making it to where we can't release what we've just eaten. But so you're noticing that. So then, you know, 3 hours later, 10, 11 a.m., he's having his fruit bowl. And now that holds you over. Has that been holding you over steadily? Have you had any other munchies? Have you needed anything else in between your meal later on?
No, really surprisingly, like I was skeptical in the beginning, but how a bowl of fruit is gonna hold me over half of the day, but it really does. And I do mix it, you know, with some dried fruits, which I really like some dried blueberries and cherries. And then, yeah, sometimes when I see my sugar is going a bit low, I've also gotten a bunch of like dried fruit, like prunes, pitted prunes, and so forth. That's like a little bit of a sweet tooth, you could say.
It is. Yeah, and that's
But healthy option.
It's a healthy option, exactly. When you have that sweet tooth, you get dried fruit, and it satisfies you just as much as the bad stuff does, you know. Now this last week, since we added that beet juice, I know that it puts more nitric oxide into the blood. It boosts your energy. Have you felt any energy change over the last couple days? I'm sure you have throughout the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
You've noticed a boost of energy. Have you noticed it a little extra with that beet juice?
Yeah, I mean, I guess all the nutrients that adds on top of that, you know, can definitely, I can definitely say I feel energized, more energized.
And what's your hunger? I wanted to ask you about your hunger as well. Do you see yourself? You know how when you know we get that feeling of hunger in our stomachs, you know, that pain, like, I need something to eat. You know, did you deal with that much prior to starting the Bib lifestyle? Would you ever get those pains on a regular basis, or those urges, those thoughts where you're like, oh, I need something to eat. I need it now.
For sure, yeah. I mean, we all have experienced that, I guess. And yeah, and then you just go and look for something that you're familiar with and like, and your brain tells you, you know, that it wants. But yeah, then you stuff your face and you feel just full afterwards. And going into this, I really didn't know. I thought I was going to be hungry all the time, but it really is not the case. Like, you just gradually feel satisfied throughout the day. And then during the night, the same. You have that big salad bowl with the grains and the beans, and just really holds you over, that hunger feeling for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, to see if you're getting those urges anymore, see how it's affecting the body, if your brain is reaching your gut, because your gut is really your brain. It's telling you everything. You know, and the food is what's feeding the brain.
Yeah.
So it's good that that's finally having that effect on you and you're noticing that. So I just wanted to touch on that so all of you guys can hear, you know, that he's experiencing the same thing that all the people in the past that I've had on here with the Bib lifestyle, so that you understand it works for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what your condition is. When you follow the Bib lifestyle, it will transform you internally, externally, and mentally, emotionally, all the above. It works every part of your life. I'm so happy to hear all this positive feedback
really
from you. Yeah, yeah. So, David, I had a question for you.
Oh yeah?
What happens when you sit on a grape?
It smushes.
It gives a little wine.
That,
And you heard it right here with the Bib Lifestyle, where we eat to heal. Stay tuned, because we got another episode coming right back after this. Always remember, be your best body. Welcome back with the Bib Lifestyle and Type 1 Diabetes. And for all of you out there, just so you know, Type 1 diabetes can occur at any age. And if it's poorly managed, it can cause symptoms over time from eye damage, kidney damage, nerve damage, and so much more. But as we're seeing and learning here, the Bib Lifestyle is keeping this Type 1 diabetic nice and balanced. So David, can you agree with that? That the Bib Lifestyle is keeping your insulin levels very well balanced and you're living a good, healthy, strong life?
yeah, well, for sure. I mean, this lifestyle really has an effect on how much insulin you need to take, and it also eliminates the constant ups and downs. With a lot of empty carbs, they just spike your sugar, then you shoot, then maybe not enough, then you shoot some more, then you go low, and it's just a constant roller coaster usually. But with this, you can really dial it in to just, okay, I'll shoot some with the fruit bowls, but then I know the salad bowls, I don't really need to shoot anything. And then I just keep my long-acting insulin at night. Even that reduced a little bit. I mean, it's just been really, really mind-blowing how positively it's affected my sugar levels.
That's great to hear. Now, with those ups and downs, those spikes, what does that bring to you? Does that cause stress, concern, worry on a daily basis? Is that something that literally just imbalances your daily life because you have to constantly worry about that?
Yeah, it's a huge impact on your life. It really cripples your day to day often because you're just constantly having to deal with it. It's just, and especially the low sugar levels, they really like, you got cold shivers down your spine, you're just like agitated and you're like in panic mode. Your body is just like in panic mode, And then when it's really high, you just like really don't feel like doing anything. You're just tired and yeah, so it definitely affects your day-to-day life tremendously, being a type 1 diabetic.
I'm getting goosebumps just listening to this and talking about it. And you've got a very active life. Of course, you've got a daughter. You're a drummer in a very popular band. You're out there. You have to rehearse on a daily basis, and live life and keep your child happy and all that. Has this helped to lower that stress level? Has it helped to balance you out, as we just talked about in the beginning of this episode here, in the beginning of this scene here?
Yeah, totally. I mean, it takes a little bit of the stress off. I just have more peace of mind as well, like how my level is doing. And then, yeah, it's, I'm going to be curious how it's going to work being on the road, but I'm going to always, after this challenge, definitely going to try to keep it going as much as I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, being a touring musician, it's some struggles there, just the access to these foods.
Well, for being on the road and people that have to travel, and at least now you know what to look for.
Yeah.
You know what to get yourself. If you have a long day that you have to do something and you need the energy and you don't want to worry about those spikes, you now know what you need to grab in the morning, on the go, to keep yourself balanced, keep yourself calm, and to keep those energy levels high. I'm going to go ahead and start scooping this up. I know, we added a new grain that was new to you, the sorghum grain. How has that been for you? Have you enjoyed that grain? I know it's a bit different and crunchier, different textures.
Yeah, it's a bit different, but I do like that texture. That that gives it, to it the crunchiness, and yeah, I've liked it.
Excellent, excellent. Nice to hear. And the beans, you're enjoying the beans as well?
Yeah, the beans for sure. I always like all kinds of beans,
Well, here we have it again. We're on week number 4. So I have been giving him a little bit of extra leafy greens, a little bit of extra fruits, a little bit of extra beans and grains, because we wanted to clean him out really nice. And I can already see a difference that his shirt is falling flatter to the inside, meaning his belly has shrunk drastically. And how about the bib stick? Are you still doing the bib stick?
Yeah, I do that. Try to do that every day.
Yeah?
Really?
Have you been pretty steady with it?
Yeah, now I don't get as much of a soreness.
Yeah,
now that
yeah.
I get used to it. In the beginning, it was really crazy how you can feel it. Like,
Now, are you going on to my other social media, the Instagram, on Instagram where I have the other videos? Are you checking those
Yeah, of
to
course.
try some different moves?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite one you like yet?
Yeah, I like the one where you go down like this, because you really stretch it too, and it feels good in your back. and your
Yeah,
lower back.
yeah. Nice, nice. Are you sleeping better these days?
Yeah, I definitely get good sleep. Overall, it's just been a life-changing experience.
Life-changing experience. You guys heard it right from his mouth, and this is only week number 4, halfway through, and the changes this guy is making are incredible. I can't wait for you guys to see it at the end of 8 weeks. Here we have it. Fruit bowls, beans, grains, our salad mix. He already has the beet juice, the rest of it at home. We've talked about that earlier in this episode. Guys, I want to thank you out there for following, hitting that like button, sharing this with all your friends and families. I've just got one more question for David. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Lettuce.
Lettuce who?
Let us into your lives and you'll see what the Bib lifestyle can do for you. And always remember, be your best body.